That's a first, not a last.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Shocked by this evening at all?
Do you know what? Shocked, and I have to let go because it was one of those evictions where you just felt it from here to here. When we saved Dina,
it was quite
Becky,
nice, that split and the suspense.
Yes, I think when you get such a reaction like that in the house, and even Aaron said to me, "What's going on?" Then you know it's a good show and they're not expecting it, and that's what makes good telly.
And those girls, I think, were so shocked and so over the moon.
Well, I think Dina was like, "Yeah, nice people always win." Calm down, Dina. It's not over yet. Even Becky was speechless.
Do you think his rebellion against Big Brother was his demise?
I would say, I think his rebellion, and also I think the relationship with Connor, and I think the way it affected other housemates, and that people just didn't like it as a group.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it was. I think the public sometimes get behind the underdog, which I think in this case was potentially Dina and Becky.
And how do you think the house is going to be without him?
I think everyone in there that liked Aaron and Connor were like they're untouchable, will now go, oh my goodness, what's going on? Because Dina right now is the most powerful housemate. She won eviction last week, and this week she was #1. She got the most votes, so she's kind of untouchable now in there. So let's see how that goes.
How are they going to react to it?
I think they'll be surprised and shocked.
They must just be going, this is third time, right, now?
Exactly,
third time in a row.
What's going on?
Where's this coming from?
Yeah, exactly. So I think they'll be shocked. And I wonder now, will the group dynamics change and will they now play as one, as opposed to the house being divided?
OK. Well, you go and grab a drink, as I know you do.
A bottle of vodka, obviously.
After every show. I am going to go and grab Aaron.
Oh, he'll try and throw you. He'll try and throw you.
Because he is now property of me.
Focus, focus.
It's Friday night and it's eviction number 5. That means that you lot have kissed goodbye to another housemate. This time, it was Aaron. So we are going to be dealing with him in a little bit, but first it's time to say hello to our Friday night panel. He's used to mares and asses going head-to-head over some turf, so this week's task has felt like home to him, I'd imagine. It's John McCurrick. Next up, we've got a blonde, gorgeous and elegant reality star with a brain. Yes, they do exist. It's Apprentice star Kate Walsh. And finally, since she left the house, the housemates have been bitching, backstabbing and battling with each other. It's like she never left. It's evictee number 4, Lydia. We have got a brilliant audience tonight and a fantastic panel, but before we get down to business with our usual rating and slating, shall we see how the house has been getting on since Aaron's departure?
You guys are the only fucking people like me in this fucking house.
Calm down, okay? Calm down, dude.
I just want to see me family in my gear, man. That's all I want to see is me family in my gear. That's all I want to see. I appreciate it, man. I really do.
Okay. It's cool to plan it out because otherwise you're just going to fucking put a hole in the wall.
I just want that he go home. That's what I want to do. I want that he go home.
Yeah.
I don't know how she stayed.
No one does. Okay. Back in a minute. Yeah, just chill out and for a little, 5 minutes to yourself, right? No, he just wants 5 minutes.
sad to see him go, but I didn't expect such a drastic emotion from Connor, really, I don't think.
But normally it's the birds who blub. The whole time they're crying their pathetic eyes out, trying to get...
He's off already. We haven't even asked him a question and he's gone.
No, it's unbelievable. You keep quiet. No, but it is... By the way, I must say one thing, Pixie. It is extraordinary. You have got a doppelganger.
Have I?
Now, look at Lydia here. Isn't she like Pixie? They could be twins, couldn't they? Is she a doppelganger? Pixie and Lydia here.
I'll be sisters with Lydia.
You've got great eyes, by the way, the pair of you. Very good eyes. Very good
Let's
eyes.
wink at each other, Lydia. Right, OK, so let's talk about the eviction. Kate, did the first person go? Did the right person go?
Make no mistake, I am not a fan of Ermm, but Connor should have gone. You know, you saw him... Yes! You saw him getting really upset there. That's because his pride has been hurt, because he thought that him and his little gang were untouchable, and the fact that Dina's come out on top, that's why he's blubbing.
Do you think he feels a bit exposed now? Because his best bud
and he should feel exposed, because I totally think he's going to get nominated next week, and he's probably going to go, let's be honest.
John, were you surprised that Ermm got the boot tonight?
I thought Connor was a certainty to go. I'm delighted the girls have been saved. For once, you know, the British public are absolutely pathetic. They voted her out, the best housemate. It serves her right that she went. She didn't behave herself in the house. But she was absolutely terrific in the house, Lydia. What's wrong with the public? Why didn't they vote the hateful Connor? You know what Connor reminds me of? That ghastly Andy Murray. He's just the same... No, he is. The same type of surly, snarling, aggressive, charmless individual. And that's why I couldn't believe how the public kept him in. Why have you voted to keep Connor in?
Lydia, why didn't the public keep him in?
Yeah.
Ireland voted for him.
Do you know what? I think that the public almost... I think they almost slightly respect Connor in the way that he is actually the leader, whereas Ermm was the dog's body. And I think that's just what happened. It was almost like, we'll get rid of the dog's body.
And that became more apparent, especially this week and as the week went on.
I'm not... You know, everyone knows my feelings on Connor. Make no mistake, he should have gone. But I think that the public has just thought, well, actually, Connor was the main man and Ermm was the dog's body. They got rid of... The dog's body is always the first one to go.
I heard comments coming from over here about why Ermm left.
They would vote for... There's only one Irish person in the House. Whether they like him or not, they're going to stick with their fellow Irishman, and they're going to keep to vote to save. If it was vote to evict, I think he'd be out on his bottom. But because it's vote to save, I think all the Irish people will get behind the one Irish person in the House.
And half the people in Britain can't understand what he says anyway, with that Irish accent, so no wonder the Irish vote to save him. Good point.
Kate, were you surprised by what we saw of Aaron's behaviour this evening?
No, I think it's...
Because I don't think tonight's show did him any favours.
No, it didn't, but I don't think he's really done himself any favours throughout the show, really. I'm sure that he's a good person.
There have been times, though, when we've seen, you know, little glimmers of a really nice guy.
But little glimmers being the operative phrase. And generally, it's just... I think because, I mean, Lydia and I were chatting before, and he was saved.
Have you got a new Bessie? Do I need to be worried?
Absolutely. Forget being sisters. You know, we're in. But you know, I don't want to steal Lydia's thunder, but she made a really good point that Ermm was saved, you know, when he was up for eviction. I think he thinks that being the prankster works, and that works for him. So I'm not sure that we've seen the real Ermm, and I think, you know, he was so influenced by Connor, and he thought that Connor was the alpha male and that it was great to be in with him, that we perhaps haven't seen a great side of him, but he's done himself no favours in the last 24 hours, so it's no surprise. It was a close run battle between him and Connor, but I'm not totally surprised he was
can I just ask John one more question, and then I'll come to you guys. We saw him tonight rebelling, John. Can you ever take on Big Brother and win?
Well, I tried, and the one way to beat Big Brother...
And look what he's still got with him.
Well, no, but the one way, I can tell you, the one way is not to write foul words and how he got hold of the lipstick or whatever he wants to do. But the one way to beat Big Brother is silence. I didn't speak for 3 days in the house.
And that was shocking.
If anybody wants to beat Big Brother, be silent. In the end, Big Brother caved in. I beat Big Brother, and the public kicked me out.
What did you guys want to say?
I was going to say about Connor. I don't think he's a horrible person, but I think he's a risk being in there, because although he doesn't mean to lose his temper, he is losing his temper, and by keeping him in, we're putting the other housemates in a vulnerable vulnerable position. Even though he's not a horrible person, he can't control it, and I think
he is monitored constantly in there, as you know.
But I don't think he should have had any respect.
They're filmed
24/7. After he spoke to them girls last night like that, he should have no respect at all.
Can you imagine what Connor's like on the outside if he's like that in Big Brother when he's monitored?
I think it's the
pressure. You say that though, but you say, you know, if he's like that in the house and what's he like on the outside, the house is a false environment and it's going to bring up emotions that you've never experienced before because you've never been...
Realistically, does that mean that the other housemates have to tolerate and enjoy his behaviour because it's bullying?
No,
I think it's bullying, and although I apologise after, I still think that the other housemates are going through the emotions
just the same
as they would on the outside, and I think it's unfair that he's actually in there.
OK, well, as I said, we do monitor them, and if there's any sign of bullying, they are spoken to, or risk in any way, shape or form, they are spoken to. The person who is accused of doing it, the person who is the victim, you know, they are so watched constantly.
I really don't think he means it. I don't think he's a horrible person. I just think it's a side of him.
What tells you that he's a nice person? One thing that is nice.
Because he does. I think he does acknowledge, particularly when he was saying the horrible things last week. He acknowledges that it's been horrible and he shows remorse.
I think sometimes he speaks and he has no filter and he doesn't think about what he's saying.
I think he's really cocky and really arrogant.
But I agree with you there, John. I agree with you there.
Guys,
I'm
so sorry, but we have to move on. OK, I'm just taking the mic away. Thank you very much, guys. They'll be putting their questions to Aaron later on, but remember, we also want you guys to get in touch as well. You can reach us on Twitter or through the website. Right, Aaron is out, and he's going to be here very shortly, and if I was him, I'd be really worried. I'll see you in a few minutes.